I got booted out again, Kate. So hi there, I'm Emma Burford from Business Rocks and Mum's Business Directory, and I've been joined kindly by Kate Barrett, who I know very well. In fact, Kate, for those of you watching that don't know her, lives about 5 minutes down the road, and we have a Monday weekly walk and biz talk, don't we, Kate? And we literally don our muddy boots and we go for about an hour or so and we just talk biz till we can't walk any further. And keep each other on track, don't we? So that's cool. Kate's an email important. Yeah, it's very important. Kate's an email marketing expert. She's particularly specialises in retail sales. So if anyone out there is watching and has a retail business, then she's the girl for you. But yeah, thanks for that, Steve. So I am recording now, and I got booted out at the very beginning and had a very weird screen on Blab again. So all trial and error at the moment, isn't it? We're just literally practicing with Blab and getting ourselves out there. And obviously Blab are using, we're kind of guinea pigs, I guess, at the moment as more and more people come on board. So yeah, outsourcing, Kate, how do you feel about that with your business?
Yeah, no, I think outsourcing is definitely something that, all business owners need to be looking at. I think that it really depends. And sorry about my cat. I can't stop her. Sorry. I'm going to outsource her soon. But it's something that all business owners, need to do. There's going to be a certain stage in your business where if you want to level up, if you want to grow your business, you've got to outsource stuff. You can't do everything yourself. And I think that, you've got to find a balance. As an entrepreneur, obviously, a lot of us getting started, perhaps, don't have startup investment, we're bootstrapping everything. And that's fine when you're starting. But there comes a point where you need to invest in your business, and outsourcing some of those tasks is definitely something that you need to do. So whether that's a virtual assistant to help you perhaps with your social media posting or keeping up with your emails or something like that, or for me, the first thing, I have a virtual assistant, but the first person that I want to employ, as it were, and outsource is certainly someone to help me with the sales process, followed by another email marketing consultant, so that as the work comes in, that I can also have a team around me, and build a fantastic team that can also help my clients with their email marketing. I can pass my knowledge on to my team will have their own knowledge, and build the business that way. So I think it's really important, but I think it's also important to have a plan of who it is that you want to outsource, your work to, and why you need them, what it is that you're going to want them to do for you. And I think it's almost like, if you look at in the corporate world, there's a structure to every business, where you've got different people doing different things, and that structure sort of follows along. And you've got to know what you're building to know who you want to employ and why you want to employ them. So planning who you want to outsource to is really important as well, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And for me, as I said earlier, it is a case of you've got all these processes in your head and things that you do, repetitive things that you do in your business, but it's how can you simplify those and be able to have a good record of them so you can then literally just pass it over. I know I missed a few questions and things there, and I know Justin was saying in regards to regulations, including real life promotions. I'm not sure if that was to do with outsourcing or whether it was to do with the social media management and doing things like that. But yeah, obviously if you're governed by someone, then you have specific things that you have to make sure that person is qualified to do, which makes it even harder. Definitely for social media marketing, it's very, very easy to find lots of social media assistants or managers now, but you also then need to find that they're the right one for you, which is not so easy. But yeah, for me, with magazine particularly, I really do have a lot of techie type stuff that I know I don't particularly enjoy doing, and I'm good at it, but I would rather be out there face to face talking to people, doing things like this, doing videos and webinars, than actually spending lots of time fiddling about with stuff. So I'm going to be focusing myself after half term next week. So yeah, having a week off next week, kind of. Yeah, which would be cool, won't it?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, have you got the new messages on your page yet, Kate? I also touched on that at the very beginning, because I've noticed that popping up all the time on Facebook, and obviously, you know, kind of making it much easier for us to become accessible. And I don't know how everyone feels about that. Have you had that on your page, or?
No, what is it? What have I missed?
Oh no, there's a new messages on Facebook now, so it actually pops up like we have no, you know, like you're chatting live with someone like we do as friends. You can actually have that feature on your page now, so that people can actually put a pop-up button and chat. Certainly for Kate's, I wouldn't say necessarily your other business, but you're very closely connected to a local cafe. Well, it is your other business, really, isn't it? So that may be something there that you could connect with your customers and do that on Facebook, which is pretty cool. So
I'll definitely have a look at that. Yeah, no, I haven't seen it. I haven't been given my Facebook Live button either on my profile, but I will definitely check that on the pages. But I don't think I've got anything new. I'm just having a look now. So I'll have to keep an eye out for that. That's a good tip.
Yeah. And also, I believe on mobile, and it is showing up on some people's pages, there's a new services tab. And I don't have it yet on my pages because I'm not a local business, but perhaps for Justin or some of the others that use Facebook that are watching, it's a new one that pops up and you can add your services into like a tab, and that's new. So they're my two new.
Oh, yeah, I've got that one. That one's come through. I'm just having a look at that now. I've got that one there, so definitely something to look at.
Okay.
But I haven't got a chat function or anything like that, so I'll have to keep an eye out.
Yes. Okay. So, guys, any questions? Do put /Q in the comments, and I'd love it if you could tell a little bird. Going to do it that way now because I know I have to point to my window. It's the only way I can remember. The old brain's a bit slow at times. I just have to keep those things in my mind. So yeah, I'd love it if you've got any questions, or if anyone else wants to hop in, but appreciate you're probably all busy toiling away and listening to me and Kate, who's very kindly joined me today, and the cat. What's the cat's name?
Oh, she's got a very posh name, Cordelia. But mostly I call her Monkey because she is a little monkey.
Well, I think all cats are monkeys, really, aren't they? And all children as well.
Don't leave me alone at the moment. Sorry, you're just getting a lot of cat bum in there. Sorry.
So, Kate, before you jumped in, what were you working on in your business? Tell us what you were doing this morning.
I've been doing a few things this morning. What have I been doing this morning? Well, one thing I actually did was I went through all my old business cards that I'd collected at various networking events and things like that over the last couple of years. And I pulled out any that I thought that I should go back to. So I've got sort of a little selection here that I want to go back to. But it also really, by doing that, solidified with me that the target market that I'm aiming at aren't the ones who are attending the local networking events. You know, at local networking events, it's very much, like designers and perhaps local event planners, perhaps, local plumbers or electricians, car places, accountants, things like that, which isn't my target market that I really want to target. My target market is sort of is entrepreneurs who are, have been in business for a few years, retail entrepreneurs, and they want to use email marketing more cleverly, or sort of medium-sized businesses, or perhaps marketing directors, marketing managers, things like that, and they just don't go to these local networking events. So that's been really good for me, is to look back and think, right, okay, who is there that I can follow up that I haven't followed up with for a little while, but obviously solidifying as well some of my thoughts in terms of the marketing that I'm going to be doing this year. So that's been really helpful this morning. I've been doing some project work for a client, which I'm going to jump back onto in a minute. But I've also been with my other business, my catering business. I've been out with Chris, my partner, this morning, delivering some sample platters to some local businesses that we'd spoken to last week who are interested in working with us and taking on our services. So so it's been a busy morning so far. It's been busy. But what about you, Emma? What have you been up to?
It sure hasn't it? It sounds like it's been a real good crack, and I love the idea of doing the business card checkup, because I've got hundreds of the things, and most of them I've collected from conferences rather than networking local events, because I did a lot of that sort of 5, 6, 7 years ago with my first business, and I kind of found, like you say, that I've met some wonderful people and it was really good, but my time's very limited. So I didn't have time to keep going every week to all these networking events. And yeah, so I have got piles of those. So it'd be interesting to have a look through some of them. This morning, for me, apart from being blown away and having a really horrendous school run trip for an hour and a half this morning, which wasn't much fun, but roadworks and traffic lights, I've actually been going through my inbox. I don't do that on a daily basis. I will have a little peek. I get hundreds of emails every day, and that's not my subscriptions. That's just like people contacting me about things. So I have to be quite choosy, and I cannot respond to all of them fully. You know, they might get a quick one-line automated type thing. But so yeah, I've been going through some of those and focusing on my forward planning for my business, because I do work in cycles with the magazine, and also just connecting up with some of the things that I'd got on my to-do list that I've checked off quite a few things. And you'll be pleased to know I've been sorting out my directory, which is going pretty well. So that's coming along, my marketing system, and building that in yesterday and a bit today. So yeah, but the other thing I've been doing is I've been looking at that tweet lead. I don't know if you had a chance to look at it, but for anyone watching, if they're into Twitter, I know I did mention it to Steve yesterday. I'm just going to pop a link in. Oh, it looks a really weird link because it's gone all funny Facebook style. Let me just get rid of some of that rubbish.
Yeah, I had a quick look at it. I haven't signed up for it yet, but I did have a quick look at it. It's definitely on my to-do list. To be honest, I'm focusing, and definitely Twitter's my second focus. So I'm absolutely going to do that this week. I've been sort of doing some research and things on LinkedIn and trying to get my strategy together. So something that I did yesterday, and I'm gonna give you a sneak preview. This is how my brain works. Okay, so this is my sneak preview at my new sales funnel. Ooh. And all of the emails and
mine, Kate. It looks very similar to mine, but mine's on a mind map and it's still like all like spaghetti junction.
Yeah. So yeah. I'm gonna put this on the computer, but this was me last night, just kind of trying to think things through and right, where do they go? And then if they do this, then where do they go? And follow around. So planning is so important. It really, really is. But, what I was looking at here is, okay, so where can I drive these people in from? So LinkedIn is going to be a big one for me this year. Twitter, I'm going to put a lot of effort into this year. But, that's in terms of social media. Obviously, there's lots of ways to market your business outside of social media. But in terms of social media channels, I know we talked about this on Monday, Emma. Those are the two that I'm going to be really focusing on this year. So just working out, right, what happens? What's my process? So when I, make friends with somebody, connect with somebody on LinkedIn, what's that process that I'm going to go through? Because, nowadays there are so many things that people are looking at and involved in. We used to say it was 7 to 9 touch points before somebody will buy from you. And I mean, particularly in the business to business space, I mean, that can be even more than that. So, you've got to really put yourself out there. And something that I'm trying to do is follow up, be helpful, give people, perhaps links to, articles that I've seen that might be of interest to them or things like that. But, keep following them up and try and build that relationship, which is hard to do. But that's where I'm focusing. So planning my sales funnel, which obviously has a big emphasis on email marketing, because that's what I do.
That looks fab. It looks a great funnel, actually. And I think just being able to get that out on paper initially and then fiddle about with, either mind map, which I would put it on, or spreadsheet. I've actually got some really nice software that I'm starting to use for my own ones, which hopefully will make it a bit clearer, because sometimes it gets confusing, especially when you have lots of different links and different things. So not always easy. Twitter, great option. And hi there to Kerry. Kerry, I know very well as well. So thanks for popping in, and do come and join us if you'd like. And hi there to the Funky Fairy. So I think I'm trying to remember where the Funky Fairy is. Were you the lady in Ireland? Maybe.
Cool. So yeah, I've been busy, but I just wanted to pop in and say hello and support you with your Q&A. So I don't really have any questions.
Hello,
I know that
ladies.
you and I had a bit of a session on Monday, so I haven't really got any specific questions, but I just wanted to say hello. Oh, have we lost Emma? Am I still here? But I think we've lost Emma. She's gone. She has. I'm still here though, luckily. Oh, look, she's back again. Fantastic. There you are.
And that's so weird when that happens, because you're never quite sure whether it's you or them, or, you know.
Yeah, we got you back. Yeah. I just kept talking.
Kind of like robotic stuff, but yeah, Blab issues.
Oh dear. Yeah. Oh, fantastic. Well, I'm gonna hop on and somebody else come in. But yeah, so really good to see you again. And yeah, I'll be listening in still.
Cool, fantastic. Thank you, Kate. Yeah, listen in, make a few notes, my waffling on. So yeah, what I was gonna say is I'm going to follow up the tweet lead. I popped the link in there. It does look a bit of a weird one because I think I got it off of my Facebook page, but that may help you to, if you haven't already looked into it, Steve, because you can actually link up your opt-in. So I don't know, we did have a bit of a conversation yesterday, didn't we, briefly on another Blab. I'm not sure whether you were using Twitter to go directly into your email list, which is what I guess we should all be doing, or were you just building it for relationship and kind of getting your contacts? I know we talked about keywords and things, but do let me know what your thoughts are on that, whether you were going to look at building your actual email list. And if anyone else would like to join me now, so I'm not sitting here on my own, that'd be fantastic. Kerry, the Funky Fairy, any of you guys, if you're not... even if you're not camera ready, I have to say I'm not particularly, I'm a bit windswept, but I'd love you to join me next to me somewhere that way. So yeah, thank you for following me, the Funky Fairy. So yeah, every Wednesday we have BizRocks BizFix Blab, and some weeks I will be having specific people in the hot seat next to me in the open seat. And once a month I'm sitting here with Wendy Tomlinson, and she also has her own weekly Blab as well. So we're using it really as a platform for visibility, getting to know some of the people out there and connecting with our friends and audiences. So yeah, so Twitter, yeah, for me is still a big one. I had a bit of a aha moment this week with my Follow Fridays, and it's something that I'd been getting my VAs to do for a long time. And in fact, it was Kate, thankfully, who pointed out that because she has contributed in my magazine quite a lot, she was getting quite a lot of Follow Fridays. And it's kind of one of those things that is good for connecting with a group of people. And it's something that I've been using for my business for a long time, but not everybody likes it. So again, that may be something that I'm going to look at reviewing and changing slightly, and not using it in the same way. How many of you use Instagram that are watching? Are there any big Instagram people out there? Do you use Instagram for your business? I'd love to know. Not me. Okay, Steve. Or me. Yeah, I'm wondering what the link could be for an insurance company. I'm sure there is one. I was actually watching a webinar last night on Instagram, and I have had a personal account and I've got my own business account for the magazine. And, you know, I do love it, but I kind of struggled with getting the graphics together. That wasn't always something that I was really good at. So again, it's one of those that I'd love to outsource and get someone to just do lots and lots of graphics. But it is definitely a platform that's growing exponentially. It's got such a huge market with the millennials out there, and it's becoming so popular for any kind of business online. And this webinar last night was saying how many of the audience obviously is very young. It's sort of like 25, I think was about the average age. But it's a really good way of getting out there with your business, especially if you're into e-commerce. So if you're someone who has different products to sell, then I'm guessing Instagram along with Pinterest, really, really good for you. Canva, yeah, I have Canva. I tend to use Pixlr. And fortunately for me, my near enough, I keep saying he's 17, he's actually 17 in 2 weeks time, but he's my crafty, arty, designy person, so he's very good on Photoshop, so he's good at doing sort of the trickier stuff. But for quick things, then Canva is really, really useful. I agree. You're in the UK too, so Funky Fairy, do you fancy hopping in and joining me on the Blab? The seat is open if you want to hop in and tell us about your business. Here we go. Right, hello.
Hello.
Hi there, Funky Fairy. Tell us your name, because I can't remember, and I know I'm going to say it's Laura, but I don't think it is.
And no, well, everyone knows Miss Funky Fairy anyway, but it's Vicky.
Vicky, that's right. Yes, I should know that, but I'm terrible with names. So
you'll sometimes see my other half lurking around as he'll pop up as a Mr. Funky Fairy.
Cool. So what's Miss Funky Fairy Vicky doing today, apart from watching our Blab? Did you find it via one of my shout outs, or were you just on Blab? I'm just curious to know. Have you been on Blab before?
Yeah, I've been on Blab for a long time. We've been very fortunate that some of the platforms we've got sort of right at the beginning of the time through some of the friends we know in San Francisco. So we've been on quite a while. Got quite a few friends that are on Blab through the live streaming app. I don't know how many up there have heard of Meerkat, but we started using Meerkat last year, and that's been phenomenal because the amount of friends and business acquaintances we met through that, which obviously then led to Periscope and then Blab. So it's nice because now every so often when I pop into Blab and see what's going on, you start to hear the British accents are starting to roll in.
Yeah, it's taken us a long time, hasn't it, Vicky? It really has. I mean, we are, this time of the day particularly, very rarely maybe get the odd few Americans popping over, but generally not so many. But for me, the evenings are not a good time because I've got 3 kids, so it's always really mad. And if I manage to get anywhere near my office, the computer and the internet's not going to be working anyhow. So Blab's not great. I love the fact that you did Meerkat, Vicky, though, because that's something that I did do going back probably whenever it first came out, a good year or so ago, because one of my magazine contributors, Holly Gillen, she is a video person, so she's like Meerkat. So I did try that, and then I just kind of didn't get into the Periscope thing, and so recently got into the Blab thing back end of last year. So how do you share, because I know your business and that, I know what you do, but how do you share it? Do you share it onto Meerkat and then hop over onto the other platforms, or what do you do with those broadcasting outlets?
Which ones they go on?
Yeah.
If we use Meerkat, then back in the day when we were still using it last year, you can use Catch, so obviously to store your video. So if you wanted to then upload it to YouTube and use it for anything else later. As time's gone on, obviously the numbers have dropped on Meerkat, which is really, really disappointing. So obviously more people have pushed over to Periscope because of the functionality that it's got. And obviously when you're sharing stuff out on Periscope, people can find you via the map or via Twitter. So it's, one of those things that, I mean, we did so much live streaming last year. It was like kind of almost like off the scale. I mean, some days it was like 15 to 18 hours a day.
Wow.
But the effort that we put in, the rewards that we got from it, we got all sorts of like amazing things that came out of it. It's just like, I look through the photos now of last year and some of the things that were going on. It's like I'm eagerly waiting the big event, which is South by Southwest, to see what they're going to be launching in the way of live streaming. So that should be quite exciting.
Yeah, I've not heard of that one. So that's South by Southwest, like a new live streaming platform. Okay.
It's a convention where they'll launch all their kind of new technology. So I dare say there'll be a lot of virtual reality.
Yeah, right. Okay, American one. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So going back to, you start on Meerkat, and I know that has dropped down. People bumped over to Periscope, and now obviously they're either using Blab, and the next biggie obviously is the Facebook Live that's rolling out, which obviously people are jumping on if they've got it, which is good. But so did you share, I'm curious to know how you marketed your actual business, apart from being on there and uploading to YouTube, which I get, because that's really, that's a great thing to do. Were you sharing your products, or were you just talking about your business, or how did you market yourself in that sense? Were you doing
pretty much like an open shop? Because obviously when we stream, we had last year we had the shop in London as well. So between the shop and the office, when we were live streaming, we were talking to people whilst we were doing stuff. So people could actually, it got to the stage where we ended up as well getting an arrangement where we were making Meerkat t-shirts for Meerkatters all over the world. So some of those were actually coming on the live stream, seeing their order being made, and the whole process. So they got to sort of see their t-shirt actually be made and then obviously shipped off to them. And then of course what was happening was when it arrived in whatever, wherever it went, China, America, New Zealand. Then when people received them, they were then live streaming the unboxing and the unpackaging. And I even remember last year we had one guy, he was so excited to get his T-shirt. And we were obviously in the office in London. He was I think he's in San Francisco, poor Chuck. And he opened up his package like this with his scissors. And you know, you just see a man with scissors and you think, I think I know what he's just done. Because a bit of yellow flew out the packaging. He put a hole in his T-shirt. But again, it's the beauty of live TV that everybody loves.
Yeah, and it's the social proof, isn't it? Because there they are opening whatever they've just got through the post and sharing it with their audience. So it's a really good. I've just popped your link in there. So if any of the people watching or they're watching the replay and they haven't seen what you do there, Vicky, because I obviously do know your brand and it's great. And in fact, it's how I started 8 years ago doing personalised chocolate bars. So I get that kind of bit of it. And it's changed so much since then. It's such a different way of marketing now. We've got social media and all the videoing and, you know, there's so much different things we're learning and using, which is great. So is Instagram a really biggie for you then? Because I know I mentioned that a few minutes ago. Are you using Instagram for your products?
Yeah, I mean, we are quite late to Instagram, so the annoyance for me is that when you see these platforms come, you should really at least go on early enough to get your name. So all of our names across the board are the Funky Fairy, pretty much, apart from Instagram, which had to be the Funky Fairy Limited. So even the trademark arguments with Instagram was bearing no weight. So it's taken us a little bit of time to build up. I mean, in comparison, there's a lot of kind of, I don't know, with the adverts rolling out with Instagram, and now they've gone to a minute as well. I think the UK is going to take a little bit of time to catch up, like everything with all these adverts. But I think sort of by next year, we'll start to catch up with some of the things that our American counterparts are obviously doing really well on.
Yeah, absolutely. And I see that with my magazine app, because that's 80% audience is American. So it's a different, we're so behind still. We always have been, ever since I've been doing social media things, you know, we've just been that bit behind. So it does happen, but a little bit longer down the route. But so yeah, your website looks great. I'm just having a quick look at that. And I could see Instagram being really good for what you do, particularly if you, you know, the audience and the youngsters that are going to be buying your products. I mean, my daughter's 11. She's constantly on it, never off Instagram. It's either that or I've forgotten what she uses. Snapchat she uses, but also some other messenger type app. I can't remember what they even are. I think it's Kik.
What's that?
WhatsApp, yeah. So they're all on it at 11, which is pretty scary. They know more than us. But we were talking before you joined us, Vicky, about outsourcing. So how much of what you're doing when you're still using your platforms to showcase your business online, how much outsourcing are you doing, or are you doing a lot of it yourself?
All of it ourselves.
All of it yourselves. I thought you were going to say that, because I just had a feeling, you know. So apart from perhaps getting some bloggers involved, have you been doing that to get bloggers into your site? No? Wow, that surprises me, because I would have thought you've got a really good brand for blogging. I don't know if that's something you've looked into, but that might be something you could investigate. But so you're putting in a lot of hours yourself then, aren't you? And
we have looked at things like bloggers, but what I've found is that, I mean, I've been doing this for, it'll be 8 years this year. And when we've had bloggers contact us to say, you know, this is what we do, and obviously that you do your checks on them when they're sort of presenting themselves in a certain way, and 9 times out of 10, you know, we've had pretty rough experiences with people saying what they can do for us, and, you know, send us free items and we'll do this and this. So yeah, it's kind of led to the fact that we'll work very hard so we can present our own front and present our own products. And, you know, we don't have to worry about somebody that might be not presenting us in the way that we should be presented.
And that is always a worry, whether you're just outsourcing a job or, like you say, you're getting someone to share, and that affects your reputation, doesn't it? Which is a real tricky one, because we all work really hard about our businesses and we're very passionate about them. We don't want someone coming along and spoiling them. So yeah, it's a tricky one. You have to, I guess, with the bloggers, having done a lot of blogging things with people in the past, it is building those relationships to find the ones that are really good. And obviously there are some fantastic bloggers out there who do a really good job promoting. So yeah, but more work coming in, hopefully. Has anyone there got any questions for Vicky on how she's used the video platforms, live streaming platforms, to market her business, her e-commerce site? I'd love you to ask them if you want to do a /Q in the questions box. And in fact, I forgot to say at the very beginning of the call, but I'm streaming this through Facebook. But unlike last week, I actually managed to get a double echo by trying to open it up at the same time. So I've been using the 22 social app. So if anyone at a later date is watching the replay, they can always hop over, and I'll leave it up there till next Wednesday, and they can add any questions in the Facebook comments there as well. But yeah, it's great to finally speak to you, Vicky, because I've been, obviously I know you from my mum's site and I know you from Twitter, and it's really interesting to find out how you've been using the platforms. So, if anyone's got any specific questions, then do let us know. Hi there, Hilary. I don't know if you'd like to come and join us, or if you maybe has popped out again now, but if anyone does want to come and join us, do jump in. I'm planning to be here for a little bit longer, and Vicky is sharing some fab tips. So what are you doing this afternoon, Vicky? Apart from joining us here, what are your plans today? How does your afternoon roll? What happens now for the rest of the day?
Well, I'm just about to finish my very quick lunch break, but I thought I'd pop in. But yeah, obviously we've got customised orders coming in, being made, going out. Obviously, social media for us, actually the biggest platform of all of them is Facebook. By far and away is the best platform that we've ever used. So yeah, doing adverts for that.
Yeah, I'd say you're using ads on Facebook, yes. So you're promoting different things via the ad system. How are you finding the ads at the moment? Have you been doing any of the kind of leads ads, or are they more promotional posts, like presenting, say, one of the kiddie lunch boxes? Is that kind of what you tend to do, like pick a post on a product, or?
Mainly we do all sorts of different adverts. We do obviously the ones, obviously they're all targeted around obviously the products that we do, but we've just been featured by Facebook as one of their success stories, which was really exciting because we've obviously I can't lay any claim, although I do a lot of the products. Mr. Funky Fairy does a lot of the designing around the campaigns, and Facebook put us up. It's on facebook.com/success/the Funky Fairy. In terms of obviously how we've just
in the chat, and we'll have a look at that one, Vicky, because that is a great recognition, isn't it, to be get on their success page. So well done for that. That's fantastic. And Mr.
We were going on, but I was.
And it is very men often have that analytic kind of brain, don't they? They like the figures, and they like getting into that kind of, it's like betting almost, isn't it? It's like trying to work out what's going to work, what's not going to work. So yeah, fantastic. I will have a look at that after I get distracted. But yeah, so obviously
you see the other brands that are on there as well, like Mikado and Lego and some of the American brands, and then all of a sudden, but again, it goes back to the kind of the Meerkat days, that what you sometimes think you're going to achieve as a small company, and then again a small company in the UK, it is really quite amazing, what you can do to obviously expand your business like worldwide.
I'm just having a look. It didn't come up for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, it looks okay, I think. Just try a little baby S in case it's the success. No. Okay, I'll have a look at that, and I'll. It's just
like, okay, I've missed something. That's why. Hang on.
But yeah, no, it is the work that we build, and put in place and work on. We think, we're doing this and nothing's happening, we're doing this, but it's the repetitive, consistent action that gives us the results, isn't it, down the line? And so that's what you've obviously done. It's great recognition to be up there, Ricardo, Lego, like etc. And I'm going to have a look at that when I can get it to work. I'll try that one now. But that's fantastic. Really, really well done. really good news, because there are so many businesses on Facebook. So, you know, you have to stand out somehow, don't you, and be seen on there, whether it's running lots of ads or just having very, very good content. So, yeah, 13 times engagement. So, yeah, 9.5 more clicks to your website. That's good as well, isn't it? Fantastic. So do you work from home, or are you in a shop at the back of the shop, or where are you now?
At the moment now, we've closed the shop because we've gone fully online and offices now, and then we'll revisit sort of in a few months' time as to whether or not we go back into the shopping centres or not. But I'm quite liking the fact that obviously when we were doing the shops, because I've got a family as well, you're out sort of shop open 10 in the morning until like 9 at night. It's a long day, and then you've got travelling as well. So
yeah, it can be really tough if you've got kids, whatever age they are. People say, oh, when they're little it's really tough, but when they're older it's really tough, because you end up, you know, doing other things, going out and about, and you can't always be in two places at one time, can you? So fantastic, Vicky. So have you got something you could share with us before you go off and hop into your mad working afternoon? Because I know it's a bit like that for us all, isn't it? I'd love if you've got something off the top of your head, some sort of, apart from using your video streaming, is there any big tip apart from those that you might be able to share with us, and people can take away and have a go? Put you on the spot.
That's all right. I've got plenty of ideas. I have way too many ideas, but it's going to be live streaming. It's going to be the big one, and video. So obviously, a lot of people have started answering on Twitter. When you answer people or your customers or new leads or whatever it might be, a lot of people, especially in America, are answering by video response. And you know, it will come to the stage where I think that other than typing, we won't even type words. If we type, it'll be emojis. If it's not emojis, it'll be video messages back to people, because it's just quicker. It's quicker and it's more personable as well. I'm
so glad you've said that, because I love doing that. And I was actually doing one this morning. I was getting in contact with my digital mentor guy who helps with my magazine. And it's quicker to shoot a quick video and put that in your email than it is almost to type. I don't like writing, so having to think, reword, you know, have I got that bit, you know, have I put it all in the right tenses, you know, all that business. You know, it's sometimes just quicker to just shoot it. And also people love it because it's you, isn't it? They see you, they think, oh, you know, they get it, you know, much more quickly than if you've kind of maybe tried to spell something out, and, you know, you're not getting to the point perhaps in a long email, perhaps, if you're trying to do lots of different things. So yeah, I can see that happening too. Like you say, it'd be email, it would be video conversations, video email. So yeah, thank you for that, Vicky. So it's lovely to chat with you. I'm going to wrap up in a minute. Been on here nearly 45 minutes now, so it's been really great talking to you, and I'll be here next week, even though it's half term. BizRocks, BizFix, Blab, I'll be here next Wednesday at 1 o'clock, and if anyone's watching the replay or this live broadcast, I'd love you to join me next week. Bring along your questions, hop into a seat, no need to dress up. It's, you know, really casual, informal time to chat with you about your business. So have a great afternoon, everyone. I'm going to sign off, and thank you all for watching, and I will see you all again soon. Bye-bye.